Hello, this might take just a second. I'm saying this now just because I don't want another 30 seconds of silence. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, I meant to upload the other video, but I'm rethinking it a little bit just because I want to make sure I get my facts straight before I do. There we go. Now I can have this up so I can read any. Oh wow, this is not. Huh. This might be an issue. Yeah, I had another video on Battle Omar that I wanted to upload, but unfortunately it is not working. So this whole thing itself might be a bust as well, sadly. I'm gonna give just a few more seconds to try and get this up and running. If not, then I'm just gonna have to talk, and if someone leaves comments, then hopefully this app works. But luckily for me, no one's watching right now. I mean, someone's gonna see this in the future and be like, "It's a whole lot of nothing for like 4 minutes." Yeah, you'd think I'd have my stuff just set up together, but I thought that would work. You can only be wrong so many times before you look like an idiot. Luckily for me, I'm on YouTube, so I doubt a lot of people care. Sitting in a room talking to myself, you don't get much dumber than this. Okay, there we are again. Go back. Oh, actually, there I am right there. Why am I in my own trending feeds? Is that normal? I feel like it shouldn't be normal. Not 4 minutes, about 3 minutes of me doing it, saying absolutely nothing of worth value. Hopefully the people can forgive me. If I knew how to edit, I'd just put something cool up there, but okay, there we go. I'm up and set, it looks like. At least I hope so. There might be a slight delay, but that's just how life goes sometimes. So, here we are to talk about Beerus versus Omega Shinron. Basically, Super versus GT, if you want to get technical, considering that they're almost top tier in their verses. So, I think the best place to start here is where do we know they both definitely stack to? And I think a good starting point for this is, oddly enough, Majin Buu. That took long to do. Specifically, Buuhan. Or Kid Buu, if you prefer, depending on which one you think is the more powerful one. People have their ideas on that, but not a subject for now. So, we know that. I'm trying to jump the gun here. This is why it's best to record stuff and not do live. I want to do something different here, but so to get back on point, Buuhan / Kid Buu is a good starting point, and I think we'll best go down the GT line because you'll see real quickly why my thoughts go for a specific character over another. So, GT Goku, we know for a fact, was way above what Buuhan is, Kid Buu, in his base form alone. How much more powerful is that base form? Well, we know that Rildo himself was said to be comparable to him. Exacts or not a whole lot more, he's comparable. So, for the sake of argument, we'll put them near each other in power, just so we're not over-guessing somewhat. So if base Rildo is equal to full power Kid Buu, I'll put base Kid Goku at about full power Majin Buu. That would mean Goku, if he goes Super Saiyan, puts him 50 times Majin Buu. His Super Saiyan 2 would be 100 times Majin Buu, and his Super Saiyan 3 would be about 200 to 300 times that of Majin Buu, depending on how you look at the multipliers. So, where does Super Goku stack there? And trust me, you'll understand where I'm going here with the whole Goku thing. Mostly because Omega and Beerus definitely scale to their respective Gokus. Well, at the beginning of Super, it can be said that Goku is about the same power as Majin Buu with Super Saiyan 3. There's no proof to say that he got much stronger than like his GT counterpart, mostly because there's a lack of time, and we know that he was trained to try and get stronger. So for the sake of argument, we'll say that Goku is still roughly the same as Majin Buu. This would mean his Fujito should be about the same power level as what he fought with Kid Buu. Which, again, it sounds weird, but for the sake of argument, we're going to say that. This would mean that the God form itself is a incredible boost. How good of a boost it is? Well, it's greater than what the Potara fusion would have had, which put Vegito way above even that of what Buhan was able to do, who in all reality should be the strongest of the Majin Buu, to the point where he didn't need Super Saiyan 2 or 3 in order to fight him. This would mean a full power Vegito should be about, at bare minimum, 200 times what Buhan should have been, which still puts him greatly below what GT Goku should be at full power Super Saiyan 3, specifically around, again, I want to say about 300 times less than what he should be. Beerus took out Majin Buu with a single strike. Now, in order to fight him, Goku, because he couldn't use the Vegito form, because again it was already stated to be pointless, went and got the God form via the ritual. And the boost he got from that was so powerful that he wasn't convinced that he could have won, but he had an idea that he could. Basically, one was there's no chance. One is maybe we'll have to go and see. This would mean Super Saiyan God is greater than a full power Vegito, which would mean this would put Super Saiyan God Goku at about Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 level GT Goku, sadly enough. Now, the next part we see, again, I'm trying to skip ahead of myself. I really should write these things out a little bit more. So, we have to go a little bit further into the next arc in order to catch up with GT Goku with Super. Luckily or I guess it all depends on how you look at it, I don't think we need to get to the next arc in order to do that. The next part between is Goku basically learning how to use his God form and all that. Oh, I also forgot to mention that God form got stacked on top of Goku's base form. So on top of having the God power already, he could already use Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3 on top of that. So this would actually put Super Goku about 100 times that of GT Goku. I can't believe I forgot to say that. I've had this running around in my head for about a month, 2 months, 3 months now. And I've been meaning to make this video, but I just recently got the kick in the pants to do it. Thank you, Battle Memes, and thank you, Ivix, for the push for this. That would be fun after that. Oh, and KeyCorp. I know you probably don't watch my stuff and you don't need the advertisement, and all of you guys are bigger than I, but there you go. If you guys want to see other people talk about this, KeyCorp, Ivix, and Battle Memes or more would definitely be it. I'll put it in the description when I get a chance. Back to the point. Yeah, Super Saiyan GT Goku would be about 350 times that of what Kid Buu should be. Super Saiyan God, when Goku first got it, should put him roughly about Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan level if you want me to be as generous as possible to GT. Then he gets the God form and the Super Saiyan 1 form on top of that, Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3, and if when we say he can't use Super Saiyan God at that point, that would still put his Super Saiyan 3 form 100 times what GT's Super Saiyan form should be. So then we get to the next arcs, where Goku gets Super Saiyan 4 fighting Baby. if we're going to be consistent with the way the Super Saiyan 4 forms work, that should put Super Saiyan 4 at a 400 times multiplier. I've seen some people say it's got to be about 10 times or 1,000. I don't know why you would say that. We have no numbers for it, and there's no reason to assume that it'd work any differently than any of the other Super Saiyan forms. So that would put Super Saiyan 4 Goku at about the same power level as Super Saiyan God. A Super Saiyan God and Super at full power Super Saiyan 3, or the Super Saiyan God form itself. Because we know the God form itself is greater than the Super Saiyan 3 form. Now, for the sake of fairness, I'm going to go to the next arc with GT before I get to the next one with Super. Because you'll see a big problem here when I do. The next arc with GT, and keep in mind that we're already past the middle point with GT, because he doesn't get any stronger till the baby arc, because he has no reason to. The next part, for the sake of argument, we'll say that Goku gets 50 times stronger than what he was in the previous arc. The reason why I say that is because Oob was able to fight full-powered baby Vegeta. He lost, but he was able to fight him, and he was not able to do anything to Super 17. While Goku, even though he had to use the Super Saiyan 4 form, was able to at least go hand-to-hand with Set 17. Which you would think would be like, well, big deal, it's Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Well, Super Saiyan 4 Goku was at least relative to what Majub would have been. So that shows that he at least got a lot stronger at that point. So I would put Super Saiyan 4 Goku about 100 times, 200 times at that point above what a theoretical Super Saiyan God should be. And the only reason is because I'm trying to stack these numbers. I'm not the best with numbers, so please, if you can do the math better, just put it below. That'd be great. But that's what I came up with. And again, this is towards the end of GT. So the next arc, just for the sake of finishing up GT in all one go, Goku gets a lot stronger for the Shadow Dragon arc as well. Now, how much stronger is how you would want to look at it. The problem with Omega is he's very hard to scale when it comes to this sort of stuff as well. I would say that Goku at least got another Super Saiyan buff on top of his already Super Saiyan, so this Goku should be at least 100 times stronger than what he started off in the series from his base form alone. And that's ignoring the fact that he's also a child, which, yes, should mess with his power a little bit, but I don't know if it would mess up with it that much. At least makes it so it's impossible for him to hold his Super Saiyan 4 form to the point where it's forced itself to become an adult body. So even if you want to say the kid form itself is a weaker form, the Super Saiyan 4 form itself overrides the wish, putting him in his adult body, so that should be about what a full-powered Goku should be. And already you should probably see the problem. We haven't even got to the Golden Frieza arc yet, and already we have Super Saiyan God Goku being able to at least go hand-to-hand with GT characters on the high scale. Now, for the sake of argument, we'll say that Goku doesn't get any stronger when he goes to Whis to train. He only learns how to control the God Ki, which makes sense considering that he needs to control it in order to use his Super Saiyan Blue form. The Super Saiyan Blue form is a Super Saiyan form on top of the God form, so it would be the Super Saiyan God multiplier plus the Super Saiyan multiplier. No matter how you look at it, that still puts him relative to what Super Saiyan 4 should have been when he fought Omega Shenron. We then have the Tournament of Power arc, not the Tournament of Power, the Universe 6 vs 7 arc, which we saw an even greater Goku than that because he trained in order to fight in that. So we say he gets another Super Saiyan form on top of that, plus another Super Saiyan form on top of the battle he did with the Future Timeline arc, and then everything that happens in the Tournament of Power. Now, for the sake of argument, we'll say that Beerus is equal to characters in the Tournament of Power. This would put Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue Goku roughly 400 times greater than what his GT counterpart should be. Which would mean that he is greater than, or at least equal to, what a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta should have been, who was able to destroy Omega Shenron. That wasn't a back and forth fight. That was a basically slaughter on the behalf of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. In fact, the only reason why Omega survived was just because he was messing around. So this would mean Beerus, the bare minimum, is about 600 times what Omega Shenron should be. I haven't even got a chance to go into what their abilities and all that should be, but already you're seeing a big power difference. Now, what do each character and their individuals have going for them that would allow them to maybe even win this fight? For Omega, he's got negative energy. It's not something that Beerus is going to be all too aware of, if at all. I guess there's always a chance that he does, but I very much doubt he would. But that's about all that Omega Shenron has for him. I know he's got regeneration and he has the ability to poison and all that, but it's not like these aren't abilities that characters in Dragon Ball don't have. Especially for someone like Beerus, whose job it is to destroy multiple planets in the universe. He should be aware of abilities like this, to the point where he could even destroy people like Majin Buu with very little difficulty. If regeneration was such a big thing, then factor in this, then Majin Buu should have at least been able to do somewhat well against him. Now we get to Beerus. The factors that he has going into this fight is he has God Ki, something Omega Shenron definitely has no real knowledge about and has no way of countering. Since Omega does not technically a god, he shouldn't be able to sense Beerus at all. This was a problem in Super with Goku alone. It will definitely be a problem here. He also has the ability of his Ki being more concentrated and the ability to use stuff like the Hakai and Ultra Instinct. The ability of self-movement itself was shown to be a big problem in the Tournament of Power, and if Omega Shenron's having problems hitting his opponent, poison isn't going to be much of a big deal. And all that only really matters if Beerus doesn't decide to just Hakai him at the moment anyway. Just like he did to Samasu, just like we saw the one god destruction do to a whole town. It's definitely within the range of possibilities, and since Beerus is so much stronger than Omega, like I just pointed out, there's no reason why he shouldn't be able to. At this point, I'd continue on, but there's not a whole lot more to really be said. Beerus has the skills as well. He has the knowledge, he has the Ki, he has the raw power. It's hard to say who has the speed, but considering that power in usually goes hand in hand with speed in this, it may only make sense to give that to Beerus as well. Well, that'll be it for me today. If you have different opinions, please put them in the comments below, or do as I would do and just react. This is Ken out. Please have a good day.